The morning the trouble began, the air over Red Hollow carried a strange, heavy stillness, one that made horses restless and set. Old men squinting toward the horizon as if expecting ghosts to come, riding out of the plains. But the only one riding that day was Cole Maddox, the rancher every tongue in town whispered about, but no one dared confront. He had the kind of reputation that made lawmen uneasy and thieves cautious, a man who always kept his word, even when that word broke bones. Yet on this particular morning, as he rode slowly toward the town square, he wasn't thinking about danger or duty. He was thinking about the girl he had found shivering at the edge of the canyon 3 nights earlier. The girl with bruised wrists, torn clothes, and eyes full of silent secrets. The girl who now sat tied to his saddle, hands bound only because she begged him not to take her back to where she came from. Her voice still echoed in his mind, trembling, terrified. Don't do this. She had said it when he lifted her. She had said it again when he rode toward town. And she whispered it once more that morning as the buildings of Red Hollow came into view, sunlight carving gold along the rooftops. But Cole, stubborn, steel-hearted, unyielding, did it anyway. He brought her into town, ignoring her pleas, ignoring the way she clung to the saddle horn as though the very sight of Red Hollow made her collapse inside, because Cole believed the girl needed help, not secrecy, because he believed the sheriff could protect her, because he believed, foolishly, that the threat she ran from would not dare follow her here. He dismounted slowly, hands steady, the girl trembling, so fiercely he could feel the shiver run through the saddle leather. People stopped walking, doors cracked open, heads turned, and within seconds, the town's whispering started. Cole Maddox brought a girl? Lord above, she looks half dead. Is he in trouble? Or is she? Cole paid them no mind. He helped her down, supporting her weight when her legs buckled. Her voice barely escaped her throat. Please, she whispered, her eyes darting like a trapped animal. Don't take me to them. Don't show them my face. But he had already taken her 3 steps too far. He had already crossed the invisible line the townsfolk never wanted him to cross. By the time he reached the sheriff's porch, half the town had gathered behind him, murmuring, judging, waiting for a spectacle. Sheriff Hargreaves stepped out, the expression on his weathered face turning instantly sour. Cole, he said, looking from the rancher to the terrified girl. You best have an explanation. Cole didn't hesitate. Found her starved, bruised, wandering near Devil's Backbone. She needs help. The sheriff's eyes hardened. And you brought her here? The girl flinched, instantly stepping behind Cole, gripping the back of his shirt with shaking fingers. Don't make me go inside, she whispered. Don't let them touch me. You don't understand. If they see me, who? Cole asked, turning toward her. Who are they? She swallowed. Tears filled her eyes. The men who marked me. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd. Little more than a breath, but sharp enough to pierce Cole's spine. The sheriff froze. Mothers pulled their children closer. Even the men who liked to pretend fear was beneath them took one slow step backward. Because everyone in Red Hollow knew what that meant. The girl was branded property. The property of someone powerful. Someone cruel. Someone no one wanted to cross. Cole's jaw tightened. She's coming inside, he said, pushing past the sheriff. You're going to protect her. But for the first time in the rancher's life, someone told him no. The sheriff stepped in front of him, hand raised. Cole, don't do this. Cole didn't blink. Move. If she's marked, the sheriff said cautiously, voice dropping, that means she belongs to the Blackburn Syndicate. A wave of curses and gasps shot through the crowd. Even Cole felt his stomach twist. The Syndicate, Blackburn's crew, weren't just outlaws. They were the kind of men who burned entire farms for sport. The kind who branded women. The kind who owned land, lawmen, judges, and anybody unlucky enough to be left breathing after crossing them. The sheriff stepped closer, lowering his tone. Cole, listen to me. You bring that girl in, here, and you're starting a war. This town can't survive. The girl's breath turned into frantic sobs as she clung to Cole's arm. Please, I don't want to die. They told me if anyone interfered, If anyone looked at me, they'd destroy the whole town. They'll come for me. They'll come for you. Every word she spoke seemed to choke the air around them. The townsfolk waited, breathless, terrified, praying Cole Maddox would do the sensible thing and let the sheriff hand the girl over quietly, quickly, without noise or resistance. But Cole didn't move, didn't blink, didn't back down, because somewhere deep inside him, a fire he'd kept buried for years began to stir, a fire with a name he rarely allowed himself to speak: Blackburn, the man responsible for the death of someone Cole once loved, the reason Cole built walls around his heart, the reason he didn't trust lawmen, the reason he didn't sleep in peace. And now this girl, this trembling stranger, was tied to that very same monster. Cole looked at the sheriff, then at the town, then at the girl whose tears soaked the dust beneath her feet. And he made his decision, quietly, steadily, without fear. "I'm not giving her up," he said. "Not now. Not ever." The sheriff's voice shook. "Cole, don't do this." But the rancher did it anyway. He lifted the girl into his arms, turned his back on the sheriff, the law, the town, and walked away, triggering the outrage that would soon explode across all of Red Hollow. Behind him, voices rose in panic. People shouted. Men cursed. Women cried. Someone ran for the church bell. Someone else ran for a gun. The sheriff stood frozen, helpless, watching a war ignite in front of him, and as Cole placed the girl on his horse and rode toward his ranch, dust flying in his wake, he knew deep in his bones one truth. By saving her, he had doomed them all. Your one simple subscribe can change everything for this channel. It's not just a button, it's a sign that you want these powerful Wild West stories to continue, that you stand with me, and that you want to be part of this journey. Every subscriber becomes a part of our storytelling family, and trust me, I feel every bit of your support. If you want the next chapter, the next shocking twist, the next moment that will shake your heart, then subscribe right now. Don't wait. Your support is the reason these stories keep coming alive. Hit that button and join us.